Welcome to another great episode of American Rifleman Television. This week we continue our look at the Americans in World War I, in particular one American rifleman, and his name was Alvin York. He was a corporal in the 328th Infantry when on 8 October, as part of the Meuse-Argonne offensive, he captured more than 130 Germans single-handedly. This week our rifleman review is the new Taurus Spectrum, a pocket .380. This week for I Have This Old Gun, we look at the Argentine-made version of the Browning High Power. But right now, let's look at Alvin York, American Rifleman.
When the French and British began discussions with how the United States Army would come to Europe, they really wanted replacements. They wanted to put Americans into French and British units. But Newton Baker, Secretary of War, and his commander, John J. Pershing, believed in the rifle. John J. Pershing said the rifle is a distinctly American weapon. So before doughboys would leave, they learned to become riflemen, because only hits count and marksmanship matters. And there's no better proof of that than Alvin York.
You cannot tell of precision shooting World War I without including that fabulous great American hero, Alvin York, another Medal of Honor recipient. However, he was not a sniper. He was a country boy from Northeast Tennessee and had learned to shoot a rifle well because it meant food.
Sergeant York is really the epitome of the American fighting man. He came from a poor background. He only attended a little school in his youth, and he really relied on his faith, and in that, his belief in the people in his community.
On June 5th, 1917, Alvin York registered for the draft, as all men between the ages of 21 and 31 were required to do. And he was then ultimately drafted and assigned to G Company of the 328th Infantry Regiment of the 82nd Division. And it was while in training that he filed an initial claim for conscientious objector status, meaning that he didn't want to fight. His initial claim for conscientious objector status was turned down, and he appealed it. That led to this interesting moment before he goes overseas, before he fights, before he becomes a recipient of the Medal of Honor, where Alvin York, he has to weigh the merits of his duties and responsibilities as an American citizen, and he ultimately finds some measure of comfort in the fact that the Bible provided some authority for him to take up arms in combat.